Now, I'm sure that I'm going to get a lot of hate making a video kind of talking bad about Rivian, but before we do that, please just hear me out. I'm not here to be the bearer of bad news. I'm not here to tell you that Rivian is not going to be this massive, super successful long-term investment, but I kind of just want to go over the risk that there is with Rivian. We are going to talk technically where I could see this thing going, but I've had so many people reaching out to me and asking me, hey, should I get in? Should I get in? When options are, coming out, should I be buying calls, etc. So I want to make a video on this. I want to go over this because I see this happen so many times. And one of the problems that I see, which we're going to go over, is that people don't truly understand risk when they take a position. And that's because IPOs overall are kind of a shit show. They really are. If you look at a lot of IPOs, we can look at something like Nikola, which was just freaking nuts. Like the thing IPO'd down at $8, moved all the way up to $95, which would have been great. But now we're trading once again all the way at $13. We can look at other IPOs like Beyond Meat, which is another great example. This company IPO'd all the way down at $45 and ran all the way up to $240 before now we're back at $80. Another good example is something like Uber, but Uber actually did the opposite. We IPO'd at 38 and then we dropped all the way down to 14 at the height of the pandemic, and now we are actually moving back up and looking pretty good. So the point of this video is not to really bash Rivian, but so that you guys can understand why you're buying something or why you are not buying something. Like the issue with IPOs is that most of the time, yes, there is SEC filings that they have to put out in order to give you as much possible information as they can about the company so that you know what you're investing in. But a lot of the times, two things happen. Number one, people don't really read it and pay attention. They just end up saying like, oh, Rivian, EV, next Tesla. I'm not saying it's not. Like, we're not fundamentally talking about the fact that it could not be a rival to Tesla or better than Tesla or not be this massive company within the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Look at NIO. NIO is actually another great example where NIO IPO'd, I think around like $3 or $4 when I was originally buying it, dropped, yeah, it IPO'd, let me see, right here at about $5, dropped to $1.98 when I was buying it, and then it hit highs of $68. So I'm not saying necessarily that you can't make money on Rivian, but I want you guys to understand what you are buying. If you're somebody who is buying this stock, you need to be ready to hold this thing for years and years, in my personal opinion. This is not something to make a quick amount of money off of at this point, because IPOs are ridiculously volatile. Number one, because a lot of the times they just don't perform well. Most of the time, historically, yes, over the past 2 years, IPOs have been doing very well, but historically they are very volatile. The second thing is most people don't even truly understand or read the SEC filings of what the company does, how the company makes money, is the company profitable? We haven't seen any public quarterly earnings yet, and there's just not enough information for most people to go off of. Now, if you are somebody who has done your homework, you have fully accepted the risk, and you believe in this company long term, then invest in it all you want. I just feel that like 80% of the people who are buying this right now have not done those three things. They haven't fully accepted that their money can go completely to zero. They have not fully understood on how the company makes money or how the company is going to scale and how the company actually works over the next 5, 10, 20 years. And they are not committed to holding it for the next 3 years. They're in it to make quick money. I'm a trader. I trade a lot. I only usually hold things for about a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. But I never trade IPOs because it's just going in blind. And like I said, I'm not saying that this is like, don't buy Rivian, it's going to be like, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that if you are going to invest in this company, you need to be willing to hold it for a very long time, and you need to be okay with volatility. You need to be okay with the stock going up to $200, $300, down to $90, like whatever it is, you have to be willing to be there and to roll with the punches. If you're not, invest it, accordingly to however you want, use proper risk management. But at the end of the day, I just want you guys to understand that in my personal and professional opinion of doing this for 8 years full time, only invest if you're willing to do those three things that I just said. Thanks for all the support, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know what types of videos you guys want to see down below. Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me. I'd love to hear from you guys on either side. It means a lot to me for all the support, guys. Peace.